What's good, y'all? It's your girl Joanna. So, I wanted to do a video talking about some of the prophetic dreams that I've had. I've had a few now, several actually, and I don't always post them. We're really focused on like scripture and posting more videos about that. But of course, you know, God allows us to see things so that we can warn other people. So, I do want to talk about this. I did just last night. I had a dream about Oprah. I did a video about that this morning. You guys can go and watch that. Basically, I saw her like on a stage addressing a large group of people. Where I'm not sure. She was talking about the Akashic records, discussing that and trying to like perpetuate this idea that the Akashic records is like the new Bible. I'm not gonna get too much more into that. I did do another video on that if you guys want to go check that out, and I talked about what the Akashic records are too. Anyway. So I'm gonna try to like think back to the first ones I've had. I did a video that I put on Facebook a while back. Basically, I saw fire, earth destructing fire. I mean, I do not believe this place was hell. I did see like buildings and structures falling down around me, so I know that it was earth. It was extremely destructive. It was like nothing I could even imagine. Like, imagine if every single city in the world had like a volcano in it, and someone like pushed a button to detonate all these volcanoes at the same time. That's what it looked like. Like, it was complete, utter, total destruction. It was insane. Other dreams that I've had, let's see, I also one time had a vision. This was actually several years ago, before I started even having like this awakening, you know, and being called to God, back to God. I had a vision of like, I was at the White House. Why I would be at the White House, I have no idea. And I was meeting like someone, and I could tell this person was very important someone. I'm not going to claim to know for fact that this person was the president, because I don't know that for fact. I do think that that's potentially what it was. The face of the person I don't remember. I do remember that it was a man and that it was a black man. Could this have been Obama? That's what I think in my mind, but that's not what I saw in my dream. So I'm just going to tell you guys exactly what I saw. Okay, I was at the White House. I was meeting a very important black man. And when I went to shake his hand, like immediately as soon as his hand touched mine, it was a problem. Like, I don't know. I don't know if he knew who I was, what that even really means, who I was. But immediately it was just like this, we're on different sides of this battle type of like energy. And I pulled my hand back, and immediately there was gunfire everywhere. It was insane. Yeah, so that I saw that maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It's I think the most frustrating thing for me about receiving prophecy is never knowing when it's going to happen. You know, a lot of the things that we see feel very urgent, and all this stuff is very urgent because it's epic. You know what I mean? But you just never know. Like, is it going to happen tomorrow, or is it going to happen in 6 years? And that's why I kind of like. And I want to do this video because a lot of this stuff, like I said, I've been posting on Facebook, but I just want to get it out on every platform that I can, so I don't feel like I'm holding on to it, because it's like, you never really know. You know, the Bible says that no man knows the day or the hour. Like, God could come back tomorrow. He could come back in 20 minutes. You know, so I just want to get that, all this off my chest. I'm trying to think. For the Bride of Christ, I do believe this dream is specifically for the Bride of Christ. I don't know if you guys are really, you know, into the conspiracies and stuff. I know for a lot of people it's hard to wrap your mind around that. Okay, but there was a particular medical issue that I was kind of having, and I was kind of wanting to go get it checked out. And, you know, I was kind of starting to find out about conspiracies in Western medicine. What you have to understand is that Western medicine is kind of designed to make you sicker in the long run. And all of these things that they do with the food, you know, the genetically engineered food and the Western medicine and the chemtrails and all this stuff is done And it's done very, very slowly so that you don't really pick up onto it, and so that we begin to deteriorate our bodies, and our mental condition, our level of consciousness deteriorates slowly. Because if they took us from all the way up here to all the way down here in 2.5 seconds, everybody would notice. Anyway, so I'm not a fan of Western medicine at all. I have absolutely no faith in Western medicine anymore. I do believe, that it is useful to an extent, like in emergency situations, like, if your heart stops beating, yeah. A shot of like adrenaline or epinephrine would probably be great. But I believe that a very long time ago they took it way past the point where it should have been taken. And if there was not an evil agenda, that would have not happened. I don't know if any of you guys are hearing about this flu epidemic that's going on right now. I do believe that this is some kind of biological warfare. That they're releasing this flu in, Texas. 1,200 people died in 1 week from this flu. So y'all stay with your vitamin C. Stay away from anybody who's got the sniffle. This is not no regular kind of flu. Okay, and then they got this flu shot that's apparently making people sick too. So it's just like a catch-22. And I think a lot of those people who, the 1,200 people in Texas who got the flu, they didn't have the flu shot. So now this, is going to be a reason for people to think, oh, I need to go out and get the flu shot, which I don't think the flu shot is good for you either. I think you should really just leave it alone and just eat a bunch of oranges. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, as I was saying, so I was having this medical issue that I was concerned about. But because of all the things that I know about Western medicine, like I said, I have absolutely no faith in it at this point in my life. So I was concerned about, like, should I go to the hospital? Are these people really my friends? Like, when I started to really wake up and understand that this world is not at all what we were taught to believe it is. So I prayed about it. And that night I had a dream. And I was sitting in like a hospital waiting room. It kind of looked like an emergency room. And I was sitting there in a chair next to a dude. I don't know who the guy was. He was someone I was familiar with, comfortable with, a friend maybe, but I don't know who it was. And, excuse me. The lady, like the receptionist, she was just like giving us the runaround. For some reason, like we couldn't get seen. It was always like an issue, like this and that. You know what I mean? I don't really know how to explain it. Like, some dreams are kind of weird like that. You don't remember the details, but it's like what happened. You know what I mean? It's like a vibration thing that just resonates with you. So yeah, she was just hecka giving us the runaround and was just playing games. Like, she did not want to see us. I don't know why. Anyway, right. And then at some point, like, I literally saw, like, I was sitting in this chair and there was this wall behind me, right? So imagine like a wall, and then it ended right about here, like past my head. So down this hall right here, there's a hallway right here, okay? So there's a wall like directly behind me, and then it like meets right here, okay? This is the end of the wall, and on this side of the wall is a hallway. And I must have heard something or something, because I remember like turning around and this alien, like a literal green alien, which I don't believe in aliens, I believe in demons, and then they're just, they've made these biological bodies to be able to manifest these demons into this dimension. That's what I believe. I don't believe aliens are real at all. They're demons. Anyway, this alien, that's what it looked like, and it came flying past me, like, and so I had kind of like leaned over to look into the hallway, and it just came like flying toward my face, so I had to like pull back real quick in order to avoid it like hitting me, and it like slid barely past my face, like hecka close to me. So in my mind it was just like, that was definitely God telling me, like, no, don't go to the hospital, don't trust these people. I do believe that once you start to wake up and like realize who you are, and realize, you know what I mean, if you have this awakening, this call to the apostleship, to the bride of Christ, like, we're gonna get to a point where you have to understand that these evil people, the Illuminati and the Freemasons and all these demonic people, they have infiltrated every level of human society. Like, every level. If y'all are not into conspiracy theory, maybe you don't want to know. Honestly, it might be just a better idea to focus on God. I wish, some of the things I know, I wish I didn't know. Because they're scary. And sometimes they keep me up at night, But all of this stuff is real. So if you guys start hearing about stuff, don't dismiss it. It's real. Anyway, so I definitely feel like, definitely like in the last days, maybe once the mark of the beast system comes up, like, if you don't take the mark, you're not going to be welcome anywhere. The government, this society, this world of the God of this world, Satan and his world, they're not gonna be a friend to you at all. You're not gonna be welcome in hospitals. You're not gonna be able to buy from grocery stores. You're not gonna, unless you have the mark. And that's probably why they were giving us a runaround, because we didn't have the mark. So, you know, you guys just be careful. Let me see. I had another dream one time in which I was in like a department store that kind of looked like a Walmart type of thing. And there was like a lot of heavy military presence there, military presence. I just remember seeing guys in like military uniforms walking around. Obviously the military is like government. I think of like FEMA camps and martial law and stuff like that kind of happening. So it kind of made me feel like I really shouldn't be here type of thing. What was funny is like 2 months later, I was actually back in my hometown, and my mom and I went to a Walmart. And as we were walking around, I did actually notice military presence. And it wasn't like in a like martial law type of way, but it did seem like, you know, that dream coming to fruition. And God is letting me know, like, y'all don't understand, these Walmarts are closing down because they're building FEMA camps. And I don't really care if you don't want to believe in it. Like, it's absolutely true. So it would probably be a good idea for you to stop shopping at Walmart. It's not going to be safe at some point. And definitely anything that you're buying at Walmart is not good for you. Like, genetically engineered food is not good for you. Okay, it's a known fact that cancer is caused by genetic mutations, and it's a known fact that what they do with genetically engineered food is they mutate the genetic makeup of these foods. So when you eat genetically engineered food, you are automatically upping your chances of getting cancer, of getting diabetes, heart disease. And the FDA won't tell you this, but what you have to understand is the FDA is the strong arm, government strong arm for Monsanto, which is a company that makes these genetically engineered seeds. Like, the FDA is not a real legitimate testing. Like, they just legalize whatever's going to hurt you. Okay, like the bankers and the Illuminati and they run everything. They run everything. All right, so if I were you, I would stop shopping at Walmart. Like, if you think you know, if you're onto the water thing and you're trying to like clean out your system and, you know, open your pineal gland or whatever, like, don't buy water from Walmart. Ain't nothing you buy from Walmart good for you. Point blank, period. Okay, and while these Walmarts are shutting down, like, obviously Walmart is a very successful corporation. The idea that some of them would have to shut down, so many of them would have to shut down, is very strange and suspicious. And also, you know, there are a couple, I seen on the news the other day that there are a couple of Walmarts that have been shut down, like, completely unexpectedly. Like, people went to work yesterday, and they went back the next day, and the store was shut down. And they did not get any warning, which is royally messed up. Like, at least most stores, when they shut down, they'll give you, like, 3-4 months notice so you can know and start looking for another job. You know what I mean? These people, like, straight up went to work the next day, and the store was shut down. So if y'all don't believe in FEMA camps, like, this is real. Like, this is not going to be pretty. It's straight up going to be some World War II stuff with the Nazis and the concentration camps and people getting beheaded. It's not going to be pretty. Okay, the book of Revelation is not a lie. It's not going to be pretty at all. Other dreams that I've had, I'm trying to think. I had the one about Oprah, the alien. I think that's all I really need to share. I will share also that when I first woke up, I've been having kind of a push toward this awakening for a few years now. And I've been seeing, you know, like a lot of synchronicities and a lot of like waking up in the middle of the night and feeling like, my life is just not where I'm supposed to be. I need to change. Something like ain't right. Something ain't right. And, but like really like got me into like understanding what was happening and like what was going on was like, maybe 6 or 8 months ago, I had a dream and I kept seeing like number frequencies. I don't know if any of you guys see that, but yeah, I kept seeing like number frequencies on the clock. 1111, 222, 333, like any possible combination of numbers you could come up with. 444, 222, I saw all of them. And then one night I had a dream and I saw like 1111 in my dream on like a big bright LED clock like flashing in my face. And it was just like this sensation of like someone desperately being like, you've got to come out of this. You've got, like, I literally felt like someone was shaking me, like it was that powerful. It was one of the most intense, probably, yeah, the most intense dream I've ever had. And it was just like, wake up, wake up, wake up. And so for me that like started like the whole like prophetic dreaming. I had never had prophetic dreams besides that one vision about the president thing that I had several years ago. But I had never had prophetic dreams up until that point. That was like 8 months ago maybe. So, like, I forgot where I was going with that. But, you know, guys, just be careful. Like, these people are not your friends, and all these things that you hear about, the conspiracy theory, like, they're not fake. I know people. You know, I recently found out that one of my best friends, his family is involved in the Freemasonry. So it's like, it's close, it's way close to home. It's closer than you think. There are churches in your town that are being run by Freemasons. It's terrible. It's terrible. And there's so many people who are still kind of stuck in that indoctrinated part of their brain, and they don't want to believe it. But it's like, the Bible told us about this. The Bible told us that in the last days there would be a doctrine of devils that was taught in the synagogues of Satan, that most of the world would be deceived. Even the Christian people who think, you know, some of these people out here think they're so holy, holy rollers. The Bible says that the first will be last and the last shall be first. Heed God warning. Heed God's warnings. Like, this is not going to be pretty. Oh, what I was saying. Okay, so after I started having like prophetic dreams and stuff, okay, I had a person contact me out of the blue. Like when I first had that 11:11 dream. Out of the blue. Okay, to this day, I have never seen this man with my physical eyes. Maybe I know him from a past lifetime, but I don't know. I've never seen this man with my physical eyes. I have no idea who he is. I don't even remember his name. Never met him before. And he called me out of the blue, and he told me, listen, you gotta start, this is what you need to do. You need to do this, you need to do this, you need to start reading your Bible again, okay? Your Bible is going to be your shield and your sword. You need to not join the Illuminati. You need to do this, 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 and that, okay? Weird, right? And then several months later, about a month ago, this was after I had several prophetic dreams, I understood at this point, okay, this is some kind of spiritual awakening. This is God trying to communicate with me. You know, I was pretty much like awake. I don't want to ever say that the awakening ever really stops, because I always believe there's room to grow. But yeah, so I was at a flea market one day, and I ran into this woman, and she started talking to me. And at first it was just casual, just like with the phone call that the guy called me. It was just casual. He was a producer, I'm a musician, so it wasn't weird at all in the beginning, until he started talking about things about me that he shouldn't have known. Because I don't know him. Same with this woman, okay? So first we were just talking about yada, 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 natural medicine, yada, yada, yada. Not a big deal. There are people all over the world who believe in natural medicine. Not a big deal. And then I had walked away from her, and I went back because my mom was like trying to start some kind of business, and I figured they could hook up. You know, they could talk and get bounce some ideas off each other. So I went and tracked her down again. And this is what she told me. I have never seen this woman in my life. I have never seen her in my life. I have no idea how she knew what I was going through, how she knew to tell me. I have absolutely not a clue. Okay? She told me her name was Wisdom. Wisdom. Okay? She told me that there is going to be a bomb that hits this country. And she told me that God is sending this bomb to break the spell. That's what she said. Not quotes, direct quote. That's what she said, to break the spell. She told me that there is no way around it. And she told me that that there's holy land in New Mexico, and that we might as well get everybody together that we can and go to New Mexico so we can save these people. And she told me, you know, we're going to need weapons and things like that. She told me, and I quote, she told me, you are a very powerful light being. She said you can do very powerful things with your hands. Okay, so if y'all like are still indoctrinated to that point where you don't want to believe in supernatural, you have to understand God is supernatural. And these, you know, 144, whoever they are, there is no way you are going to be able to stand up against the technology that this world has without some kind of supernatural power given to you by God. So you guys, you've got to break down these barriers in your mind where you don't want to believe in stuff like that. Okay? The Bible literally says that God is light. That's exactly what he is. He is light, consciousness, the spirit of unconditional love. That's what God is. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen like a spirit. If you see a spirit, it looks like light. Okay? That's what God is. So for someone to walk up to you and tell you you're a light being, don't automatically dismiss that as satanic. Don't do that. You've got to expand your mind. You've got to expand your mind. And always, if you're looking at something you don't feel so sure about, all the time, because there's a lot of things about this world that we weren't taught. They have lied to us. They have lied to us about so many things. It's retarded. Okay? But you've got to open your mind to supernatural. You've got to realize that God is supernatural. You've got to realize that no army of regular human people could ever overthrow machine guns and nuclear weapons and the technology of modern day militaries without some kind of supernatural power given by God. Alright, so, you know, and like I said, if you're getting into anything, you're hearing anything that you feel uncomfortable, blah, blah, pray about it. Pray about it before you dismiss it. Alright? Yeah. So that's what she told me. The other guy, the first guy who called me, he told me to remember the name of the church, Refuge Temple Ministries. I'm not quite sure of the importance of that yet. I'm thinking that there's going to be some kind of broadcast from this church right before it happens. I know that God is not going to, he's not going to do this without warning people first. But she already has. Because he sent that woman to tell me that. And any of you who are having dreams about epic fire, that's probably what you're seeing. The dream that I had about epic fire is probably what I saw. That's probably what I saw. And so he is warning us. But I do think I follow one prophetic dreamer on YouTube who claims to have had a dream where God told her that that there would be an emergency broadcast signal sent. Okay. So I do believe that there's going to be some kind of mass communication line to be able to warn other people who are not dreaming prophetically. Yeah, and also to tell us when it's time, because I do know for a fact, I believe in my spirit, my heart, my soul, this woman could not have known what I was going through. Like, she could not, there's divine intervention. There is no other explanation for that. And the guy too, no other explanation for that. They knew things about me that I have not told another human soul. No other explanation. So I know for a fact that this is going to happen. I just have no idea when. I have no idea when. So, you know, I think this broadcast is definitely going to be the when. The when. I do believe that it will be revealed to somebody. To somebody. When. And I do believe that that person will be obligated to tell the world. And that it's probably going to happen through some kind of broadcast signal, maybe a broadcast at this church that he insisted that I remembered the name of. I think as of now, that's about it. The other dreams I've had relate to my personal life and not to anything you guys really need to know. Yeah, so just to get that off my hands, I'm praying for you guys. Be careful, stay safe. Like I said, it's going to be ugly, but I know that God is with us. And we will be okay. And as long as we obey Him, we are all going home. So, don't be scared. Just, which I know is easier said than done. Trust me, I know. But we will overcome. We will overcome the fear. And remember that the battle is already won. Amen. Okay? So be safe, guys. All right. Shalom.